If you encountered an unconscious person, what will you do? Of course, we will perform first aid, but do you have any idea on how to do that? First of all, first aid is the first and immediate assistance given to any person with either a minor or serious illness or injury, with care provided to preserve life, prevent the condition from worsening, or to promote recovery until medical services arrive. While the ultimate objective of first aid is to save people's lives. Here's some basic first aids that you may do if you encountered a troubled or injured person. First is the CPR, which stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation. But before we apply CPR, we need to check first the ABC, which is airway, breathing, and circulation. If there's no response in any of them, you can now do the CPR. To do that, place your two hands centered on the chest. Your shoulders must be directly over hands. The depth is at least 2 inches, and the rate must be 100 to 120 per minute. After this, give 2 breaths. Open the airway and pinch the nose of the unconscious person. Continue this process until help arrives. Next is carrying. It is useful for conscious or unconscious person. So here's some basic ways that you may use in carrying conscious or unconscious people. First is the one-man carry. In carrying someone, you must make sure that the victim is lying on his back. Support his head and neck before pushing him forward. Hold the victim's hand and help him to lift up. Using your one foot, support him to walk. Next, two-man carry. In this way, the two men must tightly hold each other. With their both strength, they will carry the victim. And here's another example for two-man carry. It's a little bit similar to the first example. The only difference is the way they hold each other. Third is three-man carry. The first thing to do in this way is to cross the victim's hand. To carry the victim, they must also hold each other to make the victim safe and secured. Fourth is the four-man carry. It's also similar to the three-man carry. They must also be careful in carrying the victim. Here's another way to perform first aid, the bandaging. In bandaging, we can use elastic bandage or triangular bandage. So now let's learn on how to use elastic bandage. How to bandage a wrist. All you need to do is to wrap it several times in your hands. Secure the injury with this bandage. If you are done, you can just put it inside the other layer of the bandage. How to bandage an elbow? Begin wrapping around midpoint of forearm. Continue wrapping, progressing up the arm, overlapping by one half of the previous layer. Make sure that you will not leave any gap but fully cover it with a bandage. How to bandage a shoulder? Start wrapping in the arm several times to secure and place the bandage. And then wrap it over the shoulder, across the back, continuing in the opposite arm. Repeat wrapping in the arm and then secure it. How to bandage a knee? Securely wrap the injury to avoid worsening. Wrap it properly to achieve healing. This bandage is useful to secure the joint. And Now, we're done in elastic bandaging. Now, let's proceed in triangular bandage. How to use it? First thing that we must learn in using triangular bandage is the square knot. Right over left and left over right. This knot is used to easily remove the bandage. Next is the open face. It is one of the phases in using triangular bandage. So here's some basic ways on how to use triangular bandage. First is bandaging for head injury. Using open face, put it around the head of the victim. Securely wrap it around the head, and at the back, use the square knot. Right over left, left over right. In front of the head, also do the square knot. Then properly place those remaining bandages. That's it. And let's try to remove the square knot. Second is bandaging for arm injury. We will use the open face again. So first, we're gonna put the bandage over the patient's chest. Grab the bandage to the other side. By using the square knot, lock the bandage. Lastly, make a small tie in the patient's elbow. Now, let's try to remove the square knot again. And tada! Third is bandaging for chest injury. Yes, we're gonna use open face again. To do this, tight securely the bandage in the patient's back. Then use the square knot again. Wow, it's done. Let's take a sample again. Wow! Last example. Bandaging for elbow injury. This time, we're not gonna use open face but cravat face. To do that, just fold the whole bandage and then securely wrap it around the arm and elbow of the patient. Then after that, cross the end of the bandage. Then place it at the back of the arm. Then again, use the square knot. Right over left, left over right.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe sa video.
That's all. Thank you for watching.